Call of Duty has created this vicious cycle of abuse on their player base. Each year, it's the same exact formula. They'll announce a game, people will say, oh, it's going to suck just like last year. There's no way they're going to make a good Call of Duty game. Then they start releasing trailers, and then the hopium pops in, and they're like, oh, maybe this game's actually going to be good. They're going to turn it around and bring the franchise back, baby. And all the while, Call of Duty is gaslighting them, making it seem good on the surface, making it seem, lull them into a false sense of security that the game actually could be decent. And then they flop the pile of shit on the table known as the final product, the final result, the game itself. And then everybody realizes that it was horrible the whole time. And that's exactly what's happening right now with Modern Warfare 3, which is the 2023 version, not the 2012 Modern Warfare 3, the actual good game. And the fact that they're recycling old Call of Duty names just goes to even further prove my point that creativity doesn't exist in the modern state of Call of Duty. Creativity is a thing that they threw out the window a long time ago, and they don't have any plans of turning around to pick it back up. So in this video, I just wanted to go through this new game, this upcoming release of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, because I have seen some people posting some copium being like, is Call of Duty back, guys? It might be back, fellas. But spoiler alert, it's absolutely not. And it never will be. So here's some gameplay. We're going to take a look at the gameplay trailer. This is obviously the campaign, and visually looks amazing. The visuals are on point. Graphics are superb. But that's not the issue everyone has with it. The issue is that if you ask me what Call of Duty this was, I wouldn't be able to tell you which one of the new Modern Warfares that it was. It looks the same as Modern Warfare 2019, Modern Warfare 2, and now Modern Warfare 3. They all look like they could just be DLCs of one another. Like there's nothing new or different about this game from last year's Modern Warfare 2. I didn't even play that game. I've just seen snippets and clips, and it looks literally copied and pasted. And if we go over to the multiplayer trailer here and get some multiplayer gameplay in, and we can skip through this a little bit. I'm gonna have to mute it because there is an Eminem song there, so that's definitely gonna get me copyright claim. But the big selling point of multiplayer, the gameplay, the gunplay looks exactly the same as Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2. It's just so sad whenever you see how much they don't care about Call of Duty anymore. They're literally putting no effort into the game whatsoever at this point. They're only adding in these old maps for the nostalgia factor, so they can make you want to justify paying $70 for a literal copy and paste of an already garbage game, which is just it's such a soulless thing to do. And this game feels like there was absolutely no soul or any effort really put into it at all. And it seems like the main consensus from this trailer is that people think it's cool, but they think it would have been cool as a Modern Warfare 2 DLC. Like, this is what people were asking for, the community wanted in last year's game, but instead they waited to add it in the new game so they can slap a $70 price tag on it and just steal all the money out of your pockets, just shake all that loose change out of there. And the part that I seen that really made me upset, really made me just so sad to see the state that Call of Duty is in, is the new zombies mode in Modern Warfare 3. If you just look at the gameplay of the zombies in Modern Warfare 3, it is the biggest downgrade in history, potentially. Like, what is this? You're literally just in a wide open field, driving cars. This is not zombies. This does not look fun whatsoever. Yeah, let me run around in an open field and shoot zombies. That's exactly what I want in my zombies game mode. Like, they're taking anything that made Call of Duty good and just getting rid of it. This has to be the most soulless Call of Duty to date. It's like a family member that you see once every couple of years, once every year at Christmas or something. And then the last time you seen them, they were perfectly fine. They were healthy, in good spirits. And then next year you see them, and they went on like a heroin arc. They went on their drug addiction arc. They started up that part of their journey. And they don't look like the same person anymore. They don't act like the same person, and you don't really know them anymore. That's Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a struggling heroin addict that is just pathetic to look at. And the worst thing overall to come from this new generation of Call of Duty games are the movement players. This right here. This is an abomination, and it's spitting in the face of God. This should not exist. Human fundamentals and human nature, the laws of gravity should not allow for this to exist. And I just want to say that anyone who plays games like this, anyone who plays Call of Duty like this, I hope every time you open up a Christmas present until the day you die, it is full of nothing but coal. And every time you look in the mirror, you see nothing staring back at you except for a disgusting piece of shit loser that you hate looking at. And I wish nothing but bad luck on you. Black cats walking under ladders, not knocking on wood after you jinx something. And if you have testicles, I hope every time you set down, you accidentally set on one of them. But the main point I wanted to make, the main thing I wanted to finish this off with, is that people, the current Call of Duty fan base, the people who keep buying the same game over and over every single year, are the reason that they keep doing this. They know they can get away with it. It's a cash cow. They keep getting money pumped in every year for putting in minimal effort. So why would they put in more effort to make the game good when they don't have to? You can't blame them. From a marketing and money-making standpoint, it's genius. You know, they're making buku bucks. Because the same people who buy the game every year complain about it, yet they still buy the game and play it. And they do the same thing with EA games like Madden and 2K. Those games have sucked for eternities, yet they still buy the same game every year, even though it's just a copy and paste of the last one. And it's just a vicious cycle of abuse and gaslighting, and it's never ending. Every year it's the same thing. They say it's gonna suck, the game does end up sucking, but people still buy it regardless. They would rather pay $70 a year to get the right to complain than just sit out a year, not play the game, and actually drive the point home to the company, hit them where it hurts in their profit margins, and hope that they'll make a slightly better game than they had previously been making. But that's just a far-off dream, because at the rate that it's going right now, that's never going to happen. And games are just going to continue to get worse because there's no need for them to get creative and for them to do anything different when there's no competition and there's no reason to. They're not bleeding money. They're still getting money. There's no games that are threatening to dethrone them. So they're sitting on their monopoly and they're counting up all that cash. They're cornering the market very, very heavily. But other than that, I'll catch you in the next one, man.